can get there apparently the right way or every possible wrong way. I'm a wrong way kind of guy. Could have talked to the guy. Honestly, I might talk to the guy and then just temporarily turn on like slow game. In fact, why not just do that right now? It's in the checklist, right? Yeah, freeze time when talking to others. We'll just put that on real quick, and that way because it's super time limited. It might save us from having to do another trip just doing that. It'll be the best stop-motion conversation known to man. Oh, I forgot! When you approach from this side, the planet wants to collide with you. Speaking of collide, I'm a great pilot, by the way. Did you hear that? I heard something. It sounded like a quantum thing. Well, this is the crater where the dude disappeared. We'll have to search this too. Hello, it's you! I have a question for you. How do you know if I've spotted a supernova? They look like extra bright stars to the naked eye, but if you zoom in with your signal scope, you can tell that they're actually enormous explosions. They go supernova at the end of their lifespans, which is why it's so unusual to see two in a single day. What are you doing out here? I'm documenting stars. Please don't tell the others I said this, but sometimes I think I'm the only traveler out here interested in doing any science at all. Maybe don't tell Hornfell. Or should I explore? To be honest, I haven't left this lake bed. I don't mean to brag, but I'm really quite good with a little scout. I've been taking pictures of everything from right here in my campsite. Have you seen the shipwreck on the south hemisphere? The one shooting a bright beam of light in the sky. This one's a Nomai ship. You'll find their ruins amongst the twins, but strangely not a single settlement. Where do they live? Not the surface. Maybe in the caves? On a scale of 1 to dead, I'd give it a 7 or 8. Awfully pretty, though. Right now, sand is flowing from ash twin to ember twin, but did you know the process eventually reverses? We're not completely sure why the sand flows back and forth between the twins, but it seems to be a natural phenomenon. Oh, if you'd like to see something interesting, check out the other twin once a little more of the sand drains off. Found something. Found your notes about the Attlerock's main crater. Did you? I hope they were useful. The planet I mentioned may have been frozen solid or just partially made of ice, like a much colder giant steep. It's hard to say. It used to be the 5th planet in our solar system. You'll notice, of course, that there's no such planet now. It's in its place is dark bramble, which, how to put this, grew into the space the 5th planet used to occupy. That is, dark bramble quite literally appeared at the center of the 5th planet and began destroying it from the inside out. Eventually, the planet shattered completely, and its shards were flung into space. Some of these shards collided with the celestial bodies in our solar system, such as the Attlerock, which I believe is how its biggest crater was formed. Yeah, the glass kind of looking shards in there. Really quickly. Okay. I've definitely been here before. Gotta climb my way out and find the gun, which is somewhere. It's not the south. Interesting. Just, interesting. Just a plate there with the symbol of the eye on it. There it is. It's right up here in the rocks. Were you going in through the launcher? I was. Right here. As a matter of fact, I was. Ah, you dummy, dumb. Stop. Slow it down. Don't go so fast. Whoops. Oh, pal. Not getting that one back. We'll start at the bottom. High energy lab. Did you get a good launch for the gravity cannon? I haven't shot it into the sun yet, although that's something I want to do at some point. Was the higher energy lab powering their settlement? Wow, you gotta get through this real quick. Shh, crap. Damn it. This is not the right way. Unless it is, and I have to go around. Yes, I will bash my head against this a couple more times. No, I get it. Kind of screwed myself from an oxygen perspective. I understand now. Step on the cable? No, you just wait. Sand only rises, well, ash only rises. And then, you go. Now I think I might have screwed myself out of oxygen. But we're fast enough, I'm hoping that there will be more oxygen where we're going. We can't fight that. We need to turn that off somehow. I like the little secret cave. Secret cave. Scary. I mean, that is really cool. Ah. All right, open the door. Remove warp core. So, I think this almost, let me read this real quick so we can pause. Almost confirms a suspicion I have, which is that the warp cores that powers the ships are actually black holes and white holes. Records show Nomai arrived at the warp receiver on Brittle Hollow very slightly before departing from the Whitehole Station. Arriving at the warp receiver on Brittle Hollow very slightly before departing from the Whitehole Station. Remy and I are devising an experiment to test if this is a real phenomenon or simple machine error. So it probably happens instantaneously, but faster than the speed of light is what they're referring to. Initial things first, our experiment setup will first pair a small black hole core with a small white hole core to mimic the setup at the Whitehole Station. Hypothesis: it's possible for an object to exit a white hole before entering the corresponding black hole. In theory, what we want to try to reproduce is a negative amount of time elapsing between something entering and exiting. That sounds not good. Hold on a second. It's a white hole black. This is pairing up white holes and black holes. Unique way of cloning. Or violating the movement of information. The Southern Observatory is asking if creating a 22-minute interval is possible. That is to have something arrive 22 minutes before it is actually sent through the warp. We've learned the negative interval of time between departure and arrival can be increased by adding more energy to the warp core. Problematically, the energy required to extend the interval increases at an exponential rate. Creating a 22-minute long interval is possible, but we are currently unable to generate the necessary energy. Rami and I believe it would be necessary to invent a new method of producing energy, a thrilling but enormous undertaking. We would also require advanced warp technology able to handle such energies. We would also likely need an enormous space to fit these proposed new energy and warp technologies. The only location large enough would be Ash Twin. The energy is currently available, you say. You're a gas pie. My pun was unintended, so I believe it's you whose error form. The Ash Twin project will be one of our biggest undertakings, metaphorically and physically. To build it, we need a way to travel quickly between Ash Twin and each location that holds crucial project materials. What if we used warp towers, like the one we have on the Whitehole Station, to connect Ash Twin directly to each critical location? Of note, each tower on Ash Twin will warp to a different planet. My gratitude to those who noted my imprecise language. Yes, the sun is not a planet. I believe that has been sufficiently clarified. We can design each tower to visually reflect its warp destination. The Giant's Deep Tower could resemble a cyclone. We could model the Timber Hearth Tower after a geyser mountain. Poke, Root, and I can begin work on this immediately in the Black Hole Forge. There's the different tower locations. And I think what they look like from above. And the exit out. So, 22-minute time interval, huh? How interesting. Our experiment here reproduced the anomaly in arrival and departure times, but Pi is unconvinced it's more than an equipment error. I hope to strengthen the effect, to render it visible to the unaided eyes. To that end, we've decided to try adding more energy. I imagine the Sunless City's energy supply should prove sufficient. Of note, Yara requests that we let him know before we reroute energy. I hate to leave him in the dark. All available energy has been rerouted from the city to our experiment. We're about to run a new test. Hypothesis confirmed. This is beyond extraordinary. This changes everything. What a beautiful day for the intersection of abstract theory and practical application. Aha! Now we're powering the damn thing. It is pulling up the gun, isn't it? A little bit of an error duplicate signal there. Two white cores don't work. It's just the two cores here. I see, it just opens the window. Ah! You destroyed the fabric of space-time. We got a game over. That's very funny. So, I mean, it was the obvious question, right? If you originally I thought that what they were talking about with the whole it's exiting faster than it's arriving is that if you have a white hole and a black hole apart and anything that falls in one comes out the other, if it happens instantaneously, that's violating the fact that information has to only travel at the speed of light. Because if it enters and exits at the same time, it's faster than the propagation of the speed of light. They mean literally it happens beforehand. So I had to try pulling out the black hole, stopping it from getting sucked in.
You're so obnoxious. It's great.
Violated causality. All right. Yes, load previous save. We have to do that whole freaking thing again, unfortunately, but that's okay. Yeah, instantaneously, you know, of course it's not actually instantaneous. I'm paraphrasing, I'm simplifying, and I'm not an astrophysicist. Can't wait to check on my favorite fabric of space-time after a long day of work. Now here's the question. First of all, don't do that. Where is it? There it is. First question. We probably have to get all that stuff again, right? Zerg says, I was hoping Abe would figure that out. Achievement unlocked. We probably have to go down there and pick up all the information again. That's fair. At least we don't have to, like, actually spend time reading it, and we can talk to this guy. Who is not on this side of the planet, he's on the other side of the planet, but we'll just loop around. Don't break it this time. You get an achievement called You've Met a Terrible Fate, haven't you? Nice, nice. Do you remember this thing somewhere? I probably remember it, but here's the thing. If I haven't put two and two together yet, we'll figure it out. You know, I'm not looking for hints. We will figure it out in due time. That's fine. So I think we didn't talk to him yet, so I'm doing this to talk to him. Might as well lock in the dialogue. What are you up to? Seen a couple supernovae. Just saying hi. Sweet. And then we grab this. And then we need to... come up here. We're gonna jump in. We're gonna find the space gun, which I don't exactly remember where it is, so I want to get in the ship so I can look for it. Get your butt to Ash Twin. Get your butt to Mars. Get your butt to... I mean, it kind of looks like Mars, doesn't it? Get your butt to Mars. Broken thing at the water world is a gravity cannon that broke on launch. Oh yeah, I know. This is a gravity cannon. It launches things. The gravity cannon that orbits the water world is what we see break apart at the beginning of the loop. I've been there. I've looked around. I think I've missed something there, but I've looked around. There's one in White Hole Station, or rather, Black Hole Station. I don't know where that ship from Black Hole Station originates from, though. That's what I gotta figure out. Okay. Better entry this time. Yeah, we hope. So we'll have a minute here because they give you a little bit of time to get here before it all starts to rise. Take a moment. I wish I had a drink. That's what I wish. I have water. I wish I had something different. Have a good night, Potok. Thanks for being here. Zerg says, I never figured that out on my playthrough, and the only thing on it only learned of it by looking up how to get the achievements I missed. I'm not looking for ideas. We'll figure it out. There's a lot that we have to do. I know we have to visit all the locations. You know, we'll get there eventually. I'm gonna handle it in my own order from just whatever I want to do at the moment. Right now, I think we need to go back to the high energy lab because I think what we need is to pick up all of the information because we loaded the save. I don't know if the game would have saved. We'll figure that out when we get there. It'll pop up, you know, ship log updated. Yeah, that was very interesting. That was very fun. Breaking the space-time continuum. It raises a few other questions as well, which we'll have to answer as we go. Oh my god. What questions? Well, the only other time I've seen duplicate signal detected has been when I launched the probe through the dark bramble seed that appeared on Hearth. The spikes that came out of the probe that was duplicated before it broke space-time kind of looks spiky, like it was growing. Is there a connection? Yeah, there's something up there. In fact, I think I might know how to get to whatever that is. We'll take a look at that in a second. Oh my god, whatever. This is low gravity, just get there. Right, it's not doing anything right now because it doesn't have the power. I feel like the game did save the messages, by the way. So we'll see in a second as we update this. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything new. Very interesting, very cool. Let's turn off the space-time destruction machine. And let's just make sure again that we have all these messages. Okay, so there's the teleport towers, which we still have to identify as well. Don't break the space-time! I didn't break the space-time this time. We still need to go down there and explore the Sunless City, but we can't go back from this direction. This thing is generating or capturing the power and sending it back down. I don't see a tablet, but I wish I had one. All right, where's my ship? Other side of the planet. I wanted to follow the wire. Oh, because of the freaking ghost water. Right here. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's not fine. We need to find a way to get in through ghost goo, because there is something over here, I think. Oh, hell. Let's see if we can do this real quick while we still have time, although we are running out of time very quickly. I want to get down into the city, because I still need to find whatever the hell we're supposed to find with the fossil, but I haven't been able to access the fossil yet. I haven't found the passageway to the fossil. But everything is starting to fill up. I don't think we're going to have much time at all, if any. Might be worth it to just restart here, honestly, because this is exceptionally time limited. Exceptionally so. The dudes from civilization that the current hero has invented the probes, invented spaceships, did not invent a hook, rope, crowbar. If only I could just crowbar open the wall. There we go. Hello. Churt's research notes. Clearly the Nomai were making astronomical observations. They chose an excellent spot. What is that big rotating device for? What was it the Nomai were observing? I'd posit there's something special about the orange symbol on that device. Hal and the new astronaut's translator tool would have been handy by now. Yoink! First of all, I want to read that. This planet sometimes, and only sometimes, has a moon. This is also of note, it disappears if no one is watching. Isn't that fascinating? This is my first time encountering a natural satellite with the ability to vanish when not being watched. We should study it, or even better, we should travel there. I agree, but our first step would be determining a method to track this phantom moon so that we can always know where it is. Given its reluctance to move while consciously observed, it might be a form of macroscopic quantum mechanics. Burr, I found your moon. Malloy, kindly count me amongst this moon's admirers. What is happening when it disappears? I doubt it ceases to exist as it moved to another location. Winona, I believe so. Not only does the moon appear around Brittle Hollow, I can confirm it sometimes orbits Timber Hearth as well. Why not just wait for the sand to switch between the twins? Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. Not in this timeline. The quantum moon locator is functioning. We have markers for each of the places the moon goes. No, not Burr. I just observed the quantum moon in orbit around Dark Bramble. You have keen eyes. This moon travels to a total of 5 locations, not 4. No, it travels to 6. Added a marker for Dark Bramble. I thought the locator now accounted for all the phantom moon locations, but sometimes the locator can't tell where the moon is. Perhaps there's a problem with the device. It's also possible there exists a 6th place in the star system to which the moon travels. So this tracks everything. That's the symbol for quantum moon. Maybe not. There's a museum shard. Oh, there it is. It's right there. That is Hearth. See, these are all the planets. One, two, three, 4. I only see 4. I thought there were 5. Well, this is the our current location. Maybe perhaps it's orbiting us. Yeah, okay, there it is. Except when it's not orbiting us and it's not orbiting the other 5 or the other 4. You know, mentioned a 22-minute interval. Any way to boost that interval and send yourself? We can jump into the sun. That'll reset the interval. Right now, it is... Right now it's there. Now it's there. That's there. That's there. Still there? I'm just playing with the thing, honestly, at this point. It does have a nice big spin. Probably Brittle Hollow or Dark Bramble. What's funny is that I want this thing to like lock onto nothing, but I think it's locked. It doesn't lock on at all. We should explore. I'm just kind of chilling for a bit. Yeah, I guess it is off axis. That's the thing. It is off axis. So I gotta like look up. All right, ship is quite a long way away that way. Wait, south? No, north was the lake bed. Although it's probably mostly filled in by now. This planet is very time sensitive. Oh, you're back. You notice anything unusual about the stars lately? Something seems how to put this off. 12 supernova? I found Nomai writing about a hidden planet. How fascinating. It might interest you to know the existence of an additional planet is entirely plausible. If you look at the physics of our solar system, it would just have to be incredibly far out there. We don't know all that much about what's out there. The farther you go, the less we know. You're back. Something seems off. You're in the double digits now, and that's, you know, not normal at all. Quantum moon. Everyone loves a good mystery, don't they? Who wouldn't wonder about a moon that's sometimes there and sometimes not? I've observed the quantum moon orbiting each of the 5 planets, but sometimes it quite simply disappears from the sky altogether. Maybe there's another place it travels to. If there is, I've never seen it. Perhaps I should take a closer look at these star charts. There's his ship. My ship is still over there somewhere. Haven't you noticed anything unusual about this sun, or this star? Shirt has a Dobsonian telescope, says Connie. I assume you know what that means. All right, I just want to do a quick. That thing interests me. I'm gonna do a quick kind of once over of the moon here. There's a teleporter, which I didn't jump into, honestly. It's possible that this thing goes to the sun. It's also possible it's not turned on. Might not be turned on. Entirely plausible it's not turned on. Or maybe it doesn't have power. Maybe we do have to go in there, reroute the power. This might have something to do with it, but again, we're out of time. On the planet, anyways. So we're gonna have to come back here again. App RBX Adder, welcome. How are you doing today? Crave the forbidden lamp. It's like a moth to a flame, right? you for spinning the ship around. I tell you what, though. We can take a quick glance here and at least look at what's going on. So there's power receivers. What might be a landing pad and might be a teleporter. You know, not doing anything else. No, no, wrong planet. Okay, I see. Well, ship might be wrecked. God damn it. There's no my explorers. So I understand what these are now. These are black hole white holes. Representing where you travel from and to, I think. They're not active. Oh, all the sand has now traveled over, I think. It happens right at the end as well. Could just be a light, but I think it is a platform of some sort. Cool looking place, but I'm just following the walkway. There's not much happening so far, anyways. Oh. Here's our first delivery, Yarrow. 1 warp core fresh from the Black Hole Forge. Root is installing this cord sibling on Brittle Hollow as I write this. I wish I could wait here for you to arrive, but the Forge and my unfinished work there is calling. Return with more materials soon. This project is underway. What you found on the White Hole Station that started this project? It's the model for the towers being built on the Ash Twin. Would like to visit the White Hole Station with you. Stop using the scroll to flirt with my sister. Go meet her at the White Hole Station. That's great.